Gerald von Posniak, Highend for your fashion care. Join us so we can learn simple techniques how to take care of your fashion care needs with Jeeves, New York, Gerald von Posniak. How did you get started? And what a brilliant idea to go around globally and to do all the things you're doing. That is so amazing.
Well, I got involved this as it was originally as a family operation about 25 years ago. My dad and I opened up a dry cleaners in Gramercy Park, worked that for a long time, and then about 5 years ago, I was fortunate enough to be able to acquire the Jeeves brand here in New York City.
You and your dad 25 years ago started your own dry cleaner. So you're an expert. You know about this. So you're not just some guy come off the street and say, I love Jeeves and I want to come and take it over.
Well, after 25 years, I should be an expert. If I'm not, maybe I should be doing another line of work at this point. But, it's a business I'm real passionate about. I love what I do. To do it at this level, most people are just great to be in dry cleaning to begin with, but to be in a dry cleaning company that's truly a worldwide brand is an amazing thing.
I couldn't agree more. Just having to go around and you just drop one spot here on your most expensive, beautiful thing that you just bought and you love. It's hard to get that out. And how do you do that? What is it? What's your technique? We want to know.
Well, the technique is, it's not really a secret, but I have really good craftsmen who work for me. I got to put it that way. Jeeves is only as good as the people who work for us. And one thing that we've learned over the years that we've owned the brand is that you've got to hire the best people. We have amazing people at our workshop who can do amazing things with people's clothes. When you bring in your garments to Jeeves, you have an emotional attachment to them as well as a financial investment. So the Jeeves client wants to know that their clothes are going to be taken care of to the highest level anywhere in the world. Neighborhood dry cleaners are fabulous places to go to for the ordinary stuff, but they don't see the level of clothing that we do. When a client comes in with a couture gown or a gentleman comes in with a bespoke suit, they don't want to mess around. They want to know that that is going to come back looking as
even
beautiful,
better.
Even better.
Yes,
our motto at the workshop is that we're trying to send things back better than new condition. That's what we want to do.
Obviously, you do something unique. What process do you use?
We're the only luxury dry cleaning brand in New York City using a process which uses liquid carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is that gas that puts the fizz in soda. So we take that same gas, and our machine is very sophisticated, and it compresses it to such a degree that it turns it into a liquid. And we clean in that liquid. And that gives us a process that's completely unique, completely different than any other dry cleaner in New York City at the luxury level, and gives us a result which is amazing, as well as it's a lot gentler on your clothes than the traditional dry cleaning process. Plus, it's completely environmentally neutral.
And good for the environment. I'm looking here, you New York, London, Hong Kong, some of the Jakarta. Wow, you like everywhere. You consider global.
Well, Jeeves is the only global dry cleaning brand. It was established 40 years ago in London. Mm-hmm. The second location after London was New York, and then Hong Kong and Jakarta. And now there's even one just opened recently in Kuwait. We've got Bahrain is open now. There's Tokyo opening soon. What your viewers should know that not all dry cleaning is created equal. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't understand what happens when their clothes leave their hands, go to the person who's behind the counter, and then go away and come back magically a day or two later. Or within Jeeves, because of the level of work that we do, we ask our clients for a week, which for a lot of people sounds like a long time. But for us to really do what we do, we want a week. We want to be able to go over everything with a fine-tooth comb.
So that's what Jeeves is about. It's about the quality. It's not about just shipping it in and shipping it out. It's about the quality.
It's all about the quality. It's all about, taking the garment, looking at it, analyzing and understanding what we need to do to clean it properly. And what separates Jeeves from any other dry cleaner is the fact of our knowledge base. We have a knowledge base. We have craftspeople who understand fabrics and trims and mix of fabrics beyond anyone else.
Wow.
And we go to such lengths to clean things that's beyond normal. We'll disassemble clothes if need be. We'll take things apart in order to clean it. I've got a beautiful Gucci dress that I could share with you that we're working on.
Yeah,
Just
tell
gonna
us.
have to.
Yes.
I can go pull it out for you if you want to see it.
I would
It's
like
a beautiful white top with a gold leather bottom.
So what makes this a problem? Show us the problem, because we're all about solving the problem.
The problem with this dress is that, you know, the designer, which is a fabulous designer, chose to put a gold leather bottom portion on a silk dress. And the two types of cleaning methods are incompatible with one another. And in order to get the gold staying metallic gold, you have to do a very gentle process, which is not going to do anything to keep the top clean. And this piece needs a lot more cleaning. The first time this piece came in from the client, we did what we call a hand clean. We didn't put it into any sort of a cleaning machine, but we cleaned it entirely by hand, and the result was very good. But being it's white on the top, we then this time we need to do a little bit more of aggressive cleaning. And the only way to do that now is to disassemble it. So we're going to have the tailoring team take apart the dress. They're going to take the gold portion off. We're going to clean the fabric portion of the dress and then put it back together again.
So you go the extra mile. This is going the extra mile.
I think it's beyond the extra mile.
Beyond the extra mile.
This is the kind of garment that if you went to an ordinary cleaner or even a cleaner who thinks they're not, they're going to turn it away. They're going to say, we can't clean it. Because can't clean is not in Jeeves' vocabulary. We will figure out a way of cleaning it, whatever the means be. We want our clients to be fantastically happy with whatever they bring us in.
Wow, that is what you call a wow. Because what you've just said, there's no such word in the dictionary. I haven't found it. Can't.
No.
So you're all about can, and we will do our very best to get it to everyone.
Right. And, you know, when we start training the staff members, we go through great lengths to let them know that you should try to eradicate the word no from your vocabulary. We don't like to say no. We'll come up with a solution. You know, if a client does need something on a rush basis, even though it's not really what Jeeves wants to do, we will accommodate them. Absolutely. The client is the client. We want them to be happy. But sometimes to get something in a rush basis, there may be some additional charges to do that, to expedite it, to make things move a little bit quicker, to keep people on overtime, or to call somebody in the middle of the night. We did a project for the Macy's Thanksgiving parade. One of the characters that were in the parade, it was an emergency, it needed to be done. The costumes were coming in from California. Our driver met the person bringing them in from California at the airport, at Kennedy Airport. We got the costumes, brought them to our workshop, cleaned them, so 9 o'clock the next morning for rehearsal, they were ready.
That's beautiful. That's awesome.
Probably 90% of the new clients that walk in the door from Jeeves are from word of mouth. Yes. Creating a wow with the client when they leave allows them to talk about what kind of service and quality they've gotten here. And, you know, we try to do that on a regular basis. And going back to when we hire people, we're looking for people who can communicate that wow factor to the client to get them excited about what we're doing here and the fact that they're in very, very good, capable hands.
Exactly. So share with us some of your high-end clientele that you do work. You mentioned Macy's. Now you got a Gucci dress.
Well, I mean, we do most of the boutiques on Madison Avenue. We have relationships with. We've done work for Lanvin on a regular basis. We're at Lanvin. You know, J. Mendel, right across the street, Sescata, Valentino. We do work for their public relations people all the time. We have a great relationship with the Albright Fashion Library, which is a lending source, which is a fabulous place for stylists. We do a lot of work with stylists. Alex White, who used to be with W Magazine, we do work with her. We have a continuous relationship with the wardrobe department at the Metropolitan Opera House. We take care of all of the costumes there. We've done work with the fashion stylist Robert Verdi and his celebrity clientele. So we've got a vast clientele of very, very special people who have very, very beautiful, beautiful wardrobes. I mean, on a regular basis, we see incredible things here at Jeeves.
Have you done the Princess of London? Did Jeeves do that?
Well, Jeeves has the royal warrant in London.
Wow.
And what that means is that they, in London, they are the official dry cleaner for Prince Charles and his family.
Wow, no, wow. The London branch, which is your home branch.
They go to Princess Charles's and they pick up from him on a regular basis, and that's part of what Jeeves is having that sort of heritage. The word Jeeves comes from the consummate gentleman's gentleman, the butler, the butler extraordinaire.
So what makes you extraordinary? Because you have done some extraordinary things. You work with your dad. You told your dad, 2 years, father, and here you are, not 2 years, not 10 years, 25 years later, and now you are with Jeeves. What is it about you that makes you extraordinary? We want to know.
It's commitment. It's a passion. It's a drive, and it's also my staff will definitely back me up on that. I don't like to compromise on things. I stay on top of things. We're very detail oriented. I have the staff to be as detail oriented as I am, because that's what separates us in this business, is that the person who doesn't catch the details is the person who does not keep the high-end clientele. Because for a Jeeves customer, it's all about making sure it's the way that client wants it. And we respond to so many special requests. We have a certain way of sending things to our customers and our clients, but if a client wants it different, then we do everything in our power to make sure that they get it back the way they want it back, because they're the person who is paying for the service. So we have to give them what they want. Jeeves is located at 39 East 65th Street on Manhattan's Upper East Side between Madison and Park Avenues. And, we're online at our website is Jeeves, Jeeves, ny.com. And you can go there and look at all of our services and come visit. Even if you just have a question, call us. We're really good at doing that. A client has a question about cleaning something, wants to know about serviceability. We're experts. Use us as your resource.
Don't you love it? I have a question, because, when you have a very nice, but it's silk or it's got the material, and you drop a little oil or something you eat in, could you ever get that out? What should we do if you're at a restaurant and all of a sudden something...
Well, I'll tell you what not to do.
Okay.
What not to do is to dab it with water and a napkin and rub. What tends to happen is that, especially like on a red top that you're wearing now, you'll chafe it. And chafing is you'll remove a little bit of the color. Gentlemen have a tendency of doing that with their ties, especially on a silk tie. They'll rub, and then all of a sudden you'll have a lighter area where the stain was. Remember that oil and water don't mix. So putting water on an oil stain is not going to help. But I'll give you a little secret.
Yes.
All right? If you're someplace and you're out and about or you're at work and you do get an oil stain and you have to wear that piece and you can't change,
Yes.
get a little bit of baby powder, pop it on the oil stain, let it sit for about 15 or 20 minutes and brush it off. Sometimes that'll absorb the oil and get you through the day. The next thing you should do is bring it into a dry cleaner as soon as possible.
Some clothes say dry clean only, and some say hand wash. What really is the difference? I always want to know.
A lot of the high-end makers put dry clean only in their clothes only because they want them to be cared for by a professional. A lot of times we have to make a determination of the garment and what's the best cleaning method. Because at the level that Jeeves is at, we will look at it and see what the best way of cleaning it is.